So I'm gonna, we were here a little earlier this evening. We heard some beautiful songs about the freedoms that we all enjoy here in the United States. And what I want to do is take us back to the very beginning of that. I think sometimes we often, we take them for granted, we step on them, we sit on them, we forget about them, and we should really appreciate some of the folks that came before us. So this song is about John Hart. And John Hart was a signer of the Declaration of Independence in 1776. And this whole area here, Princeton, Lawrenceville, Hopewell, Pennington, where I grew up, was occupied by the British and Hessian troops. And John Hart had signed the Declaration, and the British knew it. So they went down to his home in Hopewell, and they occupied the home. They did a lot of damage, and they chased John out. So John ran up to the top of the Sauerland Mountain, trying to get away. And the Hessians sent some hound dogs after him. Well, as these dogs went up the hill there on Riley Road, John ran off into the swamps. Now, there's swamps on top of Sauerland Mountain, which is kind of odd. Usually you think of swamps in the valley. But they're on top of the mountain there. There's a lot of rocks and a lot of stagnant water sitting up there. And this was in November, and it was quite cold. And John went off into the swamps with the dog chasing after him. Well, John wanted to get away from the dogs, and he saw a cabin up on the hill there, and he started towards the cabin. He could see the lights coming through from the fire on the inside. And right before he went inside, he started thinking about it. He said, well, maybe the Hessians are in there, and they got an Enfield musket. They're going to shoot me down. So he went back out in the swamp. With the dogs closing in on him, he saw a little cave up in the rocks there. It's called Hart's Cave, and it's still, there's signs on it up on the top of the mountain there if you go look for it. And he crawled inside, and the dogs were so busy, and their scent was kind of disguised in the swamp there. They went running by. As they went down the valley, down the other side towards Ringo's, John came crawling out of the cave. He went back down to Hopewell. He only lived a short time afterwards. He died from the cold and exposure. Woo! Thank you.